Hi, Connor Gunn here from Lethbridge News Now. Welcome to the weekly from LNN, where we go over some of the biggest stories from this past week and what you can look forward to this weekend. 215 children were found buried at a former Kamloops residential school earlier this week. Members of the community in Lethbridge and its surrounding areas have really come together to make sure this action sees the light. A vigil was held Monday evening with roughly 200 people gathered outside of St. Patrick's Church, placing shoes and stuffed animals on the stairs. The director of the Kainai Wellness Center, Terry Lynn Fox, says there were 6 residential schools in southern Alberta that were open as recently as 1988. As many as 220 children are confirmed to have died at these local institutions. Fox says grief and counseling line is available 24/7 for anyone in need, and following this, those survivors of residential schools in Alberta and their families can legally reclaim their Indigenous names for free. More details can be found at lethbridgenewsnow.com. All Albertans who've already gotten their first COVID vaccine dose will be able to book their second dose by the end of June. Those who got vaccinated in March or earlier can book their second doses now, and anyone who was immunized in April can start booking on June 14th, while those who received their shots can reschedule an appointment starting June 28th. Premier Jason Kenney also announced that Stage 2 of lifting COVID restrictions will start beginning June 10th. With that, gyms, movie theaters, restaurants, youth activities, and others will be allowed to open and operate again with some restrictions. This is because vaccines are rolling out faster than ever, and hospitalizations have seen a major decrease recently. Alberta's Justice Minister and Solicitor General is not pleased with Lethbridge Police's action plan to improve its operations. In March, Casey Madu had asked the LPS to submit a plan to make moves to address dwindling public and government trust in the service. LPS will now have to submit a new plan by June 25th, and Chief Shaheen Medizadeh responded, saying the news that police will have to build trust with the community and teamwork. Medicine Hat has become the first city in Canada to end chronic homelessness. The Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness says the Alberta municipality is now what's called functional zero. This is achieved when there are no more than 3 people experiencing homelessness in a community for 3 straight months. 27 heat records were set across Alberta in the last 2 days. Between those, Environment Canada says Drumheller got the hottest on Thursday at 36.4 degrees. Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, and Brooks also reached or slightly exceeded 35, and things are supposed to cool down over the next week, starting Saturday with daily highs between 19 and 23. The Lethbridge College is hosting a free Movie on the Coolies event June 26th. A drive-in movie night hosted by the college is running 6:30 and 9:30 p.m. Last fall, the college was originally going to host the night, but the strong wind had other plans, canceling that. This one-night-only free event is back, showing the 1985 hit The Goonies, and for more details on the event and tickets, you can go to lethbridgenewsnow.com. Those are just a few of the stories we've been covering this week. To stay up to date on the latest local and regional news, head over to lethbridgenewsnow.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our Lethbridge News Now mobile app. If you have any stories or topics that you'd like us to follow, send us a message. And thanks for watching, and tune in next Friday for another edition of The Weekly with me, Connor Gunn. Have a great weekend.